All right. How's everyone doing today? Let's see if I can get this streaming correct on here first. Cool. There we go. All right. Love it. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is enjoying their day off on this holiday, this hot holiday. For those who do not know me, my name is Ursula B. I am the host of the podcast Black Girls Getting Their Shift Together. So, for those who do not know, today this month is July, right? And July is Minority Mental Health Awareness Month. So I have dedicated the first week to stream every day. And we're going to talk about different things for mental health, our mental well being. Not everything is always going to be traumatic and toxic, but we do have some toxic conversations. So you have to go to my stream for day 1 and 2, and you can hear my motivation for creating this platform. I love everything about mental health and wellness, especially in our community, because there's so many taboos related to it. And once we have open discussions, this is what helps reduce some of the stigma and the taboos that are attached to mental health, mental well-being in our community. So I'll do a quick rundown. Mondays, we'll talk about Motivation Monday. Tuesday will be Toxic Tuesday. And you'll have to go back again to the streaming. I'll put the link to my YouTube channel, what we talked about for Toxic Tuesday. Wednesday will be Wellness Wednesdays. Then there's Thriving Thursdays, and of course, Freedom Friday. So today we are going to talk about Thriving Thursday. Let me go in the chat and see. Hey, Tashara. All right. So we're going to talk about Thriving Thursday today. That is the theme for today. And we're also going to talk about how good for your mental is learning new skills, learning a new hobby, right? So I'm so excited to talk about this because I've been that person that's been stuck in a rut and just didn't know what to do with my life or have any purpose. I don't know. I had some passions, but I also realized I was stuck in autopilot. So let me see if I can play this video if you all can watch it. Actually, I'm going to skip that video. But like I said, we're going to talk about something that can help transform the power in your brain. And it is, like I said, about learning a new skill, and it can definitely increase your mental well-being. So when you do pick up a new skill or learn something new, it can bring you joy, definitely growth, and what I felt was definitely a sense of accomplishment. So it's not just about picking up the skill itself, but it's also the journey of learning that can help us thrive and, of course, shift. Shift is my favorite word. All right, so let's talk about the power of it, about learning a new skill. And again, it can be anything: dancing, coding, knitting, public speaking, even gardening. I started that over the pandemic, and I actually like it, and I continued that skill, and I'm still learning it as well. But I absolutely love gardening, and the sense of accomplishment that I'm able to eat the food that I grow. How powerful is that? So just know that these activities, they're not just hobbies or new skills, but they're also a gateway to personal growth and mental well-being. So learning something new, it can push you out of your comfort zone. It can challenge your mind, and it gives us that sweet satisfaction of accomplishment. I can share the story again. Back in February, I decided to start a new skill on learning to play pickleball. I'm a decent racquetball player, played tennis. I was apprehensive of starting it, but I was excited to try something new. So I started in February this year, and it was definitely out of my comfort zone because I'm playing with new people. It's a new sport, new location, just everything was new. So, of course, I had that sense of anxiety just because it was new. I know all my racquetball people and the tennis people. So just doing something new and meeting new people, for me, it did come with a sense of anxiety, but not enough to stop me. But I still felt it. Fast forward, um, I met some great people. So in May, I end up getting a partner. I have a few partners, and she said, "You know what? Let's just join this league." And never played in a league before, and we end up coming in first place. First place out of all the teams for women's doubles, intermediate. The sense of accomplishment was so high in me. I actually loved it. The feeling was so sweet. And I really was proud of myself. It was growth because if I would have let my anxieties take over, I would have never had that feeling of joy and just that sense of accomplishment. So that was a benefit of learning a new skill. And then on top of that, I've met some really nice people, so pleasant. It's just really nice. I truly, and to this day, is still enjoying that experience. So I just want you all to think about this now. We're going to have to get real. These are my people I'm talking to. I'm talking to people who feel like they've been stuck in a rut. So if that's been you, because I've been that person and still working through it, but put a 1 in the chat. So if you can imagine, you have the same routine for years. You wake up, you go to work, you go straight home, you eat, you watch TV, and you go to bed, and then you do it all over again the next day. And that can go from days to weeks to years to even decades. And does it feel like you're living in autopilot? You just going. There's very monotonous because you know what's going to happen. You know you're going to go to work. You know you're going to go home, eat, watch TV, go to bed, and do the same thing over and over. And if your routine ever deviates, it's usually because you're helping someone else. Probably if you have kids, taking them to learn a new skill. They're probably taking them to a football or dance class or a tutor. I don't know. Dropping off a friend to a sewing class. My point is, it's still doing something for someone else and not listening to your own desires that you've put on the back burner. And then, oh man, and I'm trying to break myself of this habit. Oh, I need to do this. I want to do this. I should be doing this. I could be doing this, whatever this is, but there's no action. It's just coulda, woulda, shoulda, but then you don't. How does that feel? I know it didn't make me feel good. Let me see up in here's in the chat. Exactly, Angela. Right. So I get it. I hear you. It's a cycle, and it feels like you're probably even lacking even any purpose or passion. And maybe you do have a passion and you put it on the back burner. And going through these routines, you just probably feel like your brain has gone to mush. I've had a passion of mine, a really cool hobby, and I'm not gonna lie. At one point, I put it on the back burner for how many years now? Mm, Let me sip on this while I think of it. Definitely over 7, 8 years. I'm gonna get back into it, and I've given myself a goal line of mid-July. So back to, if you ever considered learning a new hobby or a skill, this is a great way to break free and improve your mental well-being. And it can truly be a game changer. And when I say improve your mental well-being, getting those shots of dopamine, of joy, accomplishment, that cannot help but increase your mental well-being and just the growth of it all. So imagine this. Now, you've had another boring, monotonous day, a predictable day, and your mind is heavy with stress, and your spirit feels a little broken, just wounded, feel down. But just now, if you picture channeling that energy into learning something new, maybe you can pick up a paintbrush, start a new dance routine, something. But each time you practice, you're not just learning, you're healing. Healing meaning you're reminding yourself of the resilience that you have and your creativity, but more importantly, your capacity to grow and shift. So then you ask, well, Ursula, what are some of the benefits of learning some skills and new hobbies? Well, one, it can boost your confidence. As you master a new skill, your confidence will soar. You'll realize that you can overcome challenges and achieve great things, and it can definitely reinforce your sense of self-worth. When my partner and I, my pickleball partner, when we, oh man, even thinking about it now makes me joyous. It makes me feel really good because when they announced our name that we came in first, we hugged each other, we jumped around, and it really, I can tell that my game has improved, and that comes with that boost of confidence. And we played some decent players too, and we're gonna play people who are better than us. And matter of fact, we are signing up to play in another league in a couple of months. So that boost of confidence was that extra push for me to say, okay, girl, yeah, let's do it again. Another benefit is stress relief. So when you're engaging in new activities, it can be a wonderful stress buster. It can allow you to take a break from your daily worries, and you can focus on something enjoyable, something that can give you joy, something that can give you that dopamine hit. Take your mind off of a stress day. Maybe you had a long day at work. Maybe you have a toxic boss or coworkers, or maybe people that you live with. I don't know. Your partner, your kids. The point being, it's a great way to relieve stress. Meanwhile, you're also improving your brain capacity. Another benefit is connection. So whether you join a class or an online group, learning new skills often leads to meeting new people and forming supportive communities. I'm big on community. I've never been that person that never wanted to make friends or acquaintances or associates. I've never been that person like, no new friends. So that part came easy to me, but it was also forming supportive connections. I know when if I'm missing from the gym or from racquetball, pickleball, tennis, whatever, all these things that I love to do activity wise, if I'm missing for a few days, I get a text or a phone call, a DM, girl, where have you been, Urs? We haven't seen you. What's going on? Or you need to get up and move your body. Come meet us at 4:00. That's the connection. And I say connection, but it also means people do care about you. So that's also good for your mental well-being, that knowing someone, you know what? I just thought about this. I have personal projects going on that's been taking up a lot of my time, and because I wanted to. And I have a couple of friends. We're on a text thread. And so I fell off the grid so that I can focus on these projects that I'm doing. And I just been off the grid. And they they sent out an APB for me. They were contacting people that I knew. Hey, have you seen Ursula? They're calling me. They care for me, and I care for them as well. But that comes with the connection. So that's what I mean about that supportive community. We don't have to be lone wolves going out. Sometimes things may happen to us in the past where we do not want to make new friends or new connections because we've probably been hurt, or maybe we never learned that skill on connect with people. But when you do, it's a beautiful thing. And can you imagine creating that connection with people who you all share the same hobbies or skills? That's really cool. Another benefit is emotional resilience. So, this process of learning involves making mistakes and overcoming them. This can build emotional resilience because it can teach you to handle setbacks with grace and determination. With me coming on here and doing streams, that's a lot for me. And I'm not saying like a lot, meaning the physical labor of it. It's just coming up here speaking, but I also do know that I am a resource and people do listen to the resources, especially people who are apprehensive about shifting certain things in their life or don't want to really look for resources, but they see that someone else that's in their circle doing it just makes me want to do this. So also the emotional resilience, knowing that when you start a new skill or a hobby, that you're probably going to make a mistake. I learned from one of my coaches, Coach Val. She said, I can't, it's not verbatim, but she doesn't see mistakes or failure as failure. If you make a mistake, that it's failure. She said that making no attempt at all, that's the failure because there's no forward progress. You're just there. So the emotional resilience to break through that emotional discomfort of trying something new, that can increase your mental well-being as well. So I know it's not always easy to find the time or the energy to learn something new, especially when it feels overwhelming. But just remember, taking that first step is the hardest part. Give yourself permission to explore. Definitely, I'm speaking to myself. I wish I had a mirror. I'm looking at myself. Give myself permission to have failures and have mistakes. But the success is when we try it again. We deserve it. We owe it to ourselves to invest in our growth and our happiness. The worst thing to do is leave this earth and you are still doing the same thing, still stuck in the same rut from years and decades. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, I could have been that person as well because that's what I saw growing up. But that comes with being a cycle breaker, a generational cycle breaker. Do something different that you've been seeing, and it's in a healthy way. So, I just seen firsthand how powerful this journey can be. I look at some of my friends and associates in my circle, and they're doing some big things too. And a lot of them they have personal projects that they haven't done even 6 months to 2 years ago. And me being on the sideline watching them, that's some good stuff to see, as well as myself. I don't want to leave myself out of the pack as well. But I put all of us together, and I was just thinking about the impact that we have on this earth, helping other people. But first, we had to help ourselves. And it definitely restored our personal wellness. And it was through the learning and growth. I've witnessed a lot of joy, empowerment, and the healing that comes from stepping into new territories and hidden talents. You never know what you will be good at. You just never know. So I want you all to think, what is one skill that you've always wanted to learn, but you never found the time for? Because we find time to do nothing. Does that make sense? Sometimes when I just feel so lazy, and if I'm leaving work, I know I'm going to go home and just veg out on the sofa. I'm making time to do nothing. So we do make time for things we want to do. So just think about something that you always wanted to do, some kind of skill. So I challenge you. Let me back up. If you know what it is, back up again. If you don't know what it is, don't think about it too hard. Piece of paper and just freelance and just write. Just write. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just write. You just never know what may come. Something may come from your subconscious. If you're stuck, think about something that you enjoyed as a child. Sometimes we can go back, and sometimes that joy has never left us. It's just probably been stuffed in the back because life be life and it takes over, right? Also, if you do know of a skill or a hobby you always wanted to do, write it down. Give yourself a goal line. And notice I didn't say a deadline. Give yourself a feasible goal line that you know that you will do the research, find out where, what, how to do this, or do you need to go to a community center? I don't know, whatever it is to do these talents. I don't know. But whatever it is, give yourself a goal line and make it happen. Okay? Sign up for that class. Watch that tutorial. Join a community. Join a community center. Go on Udemy. Take some virtual classes. Just do. That's the thing. Do. Shift. Get that spark so that you can shift and then you can shine. Okay? Whenever you find it, why don't you tag me in your posts, DM me. Just celebrate every milestone, whether if it's big or small. The little ones, that's a big thing. Don't ever think anything is too small. And just know that we're all in this together. I'm in it with you. I'm in the trenches with you. So I want you to make sure you enjoy this beautiful, thriving Thursday. Stay tuned for tomorrow. We're going to have Freedom Friday. And tomorrow's focus is on self-care. So my schedule is sporadic. It's all over the place. So what I want you to do is make sure you subscribe to whatever listening platform. Make sure you follow, subscribe, and click a notification bell for all. That way you know whenever I go live, so we can get some of this minority mental wellness going. Hey, Slim Jim, appreciate you. Let's see what's going on here in Instagram. Oh, hey, Dr. River. Okay, let me read some of these. Grace and determination. Yes. We never know the breakthrough that we usher for others. Exactly. You're right. I went to Dr. Rivers. She had a 3-part series webinar, and I learned something new. She's part of a community that I am, and a new connection that I talked about. And I don't regret it. I learned from her even offline when we talk. So don't ever say that I don't want to meet any new friends, no new associates. If we're 1% better than we were the day before or the hour before, we are thriving. We found our tribe. Let's see. She also said, yes, true. She says, stagnation is death. Where is the lie? That hit me right there. That's some real stuff. She also said, yes, cycle breaker, generational cycle breaker. I am that. I have pledged to do that. Thank you for showing up, sis. You have encouraged me on today. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Dr. River. You all make sure and go to Dr. River. Her Instagram page is Expand, Flow, and Grow. She has some encouraging, I love her videos. There's a cute one with her, and she's in her car talking about what freedom feels like. But also check her out, and she can become part of your community as well. I mean, look at the name of her business, Expand, Flow, Grow. You can't help but move. But I also want you to shift. Be a Black girl that's getting your shift together. That's what it's all about. So I will talk to you all, and I'll see you tomorrow. Love you all. Enjoy your day off.